10 Shocking Truths About Nursing Homes. I Wish I Knew Earlier. Wisdom in Stillness. They said it would be safe, peaceful, a place to rest and be cared for. I believed them, but no one told me what it would really feel like. The silence in the halls, the loss of control, the ache of being surrounded by people, yet feeling completely alone. This isn't what I pictured for the final chapter of my life. And if you or someone you love is considering a nursing home, there are some hard truths you need to know first, because comfort isn't just about clean sheets and 3 meals a day. It's about dignity, freedom, and feeling human. Here's what I wish someone had told me before I moved in. 1. The hidden loneliness behind the smiles. From the outside, it looks fine. Nurses checking in, a few residents playing cards, smiles for visiting family members. But behind those smiles, there's a silence no one talks about. You see, even when you're surrounded by people, you can still feel invisible. The familiar voices of family become fewer. The phone rings less often, and gradually, you stop expecting it to ring at all. Conversations in the hallway are short, meaningful connection feels out of reach. And worst of all, you start losing the connection with yourself, your story, your laughter, your purpose. It all begins to fade into the background noise of routine. Loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about feeling forgotten, even in a crowd. And that's the reality many seniors silently carry inside nursing homes every single day. 2. Your routine is no longer yours. At home, you had rhythm, your own rhythm. Morning coffee just the way you liked it, a shower when you felt ready, dinner at 6 or maybe 8. But inside many nursing homes, that freedom slips away. Suddenly, your bedtime isn't decided by your body, but by a rotating staff schedule. Meals arrive like clockwork, whether you're hungry or not. Want a warm bath in the evening? You might have to settle for a rushed one in the morning, because that's when someone is available. These may sound like small things, but when the little choices are gone, so is your sense of control. Over time, you start asking for less, expecting less, because you're no longer living life. You're being managed through it. 3. The staff is overworked, and you feel it. They smile when they enter your room, but you can see it in their eyes. They're tired. Many of these caregivers have hearts of gold. They want to do more. They wish they had time to sit, to listen, to truly care, but they're stretched thin, covering too many patients, juggling too many needs. So instead of conversation, you get quick check-ins. Instead of personal care, you get procedures. You press the call button and wait, not because they don't care, but because they're not there. The system doesn't give them enough support. So you end up paying the price in silence, in delays, in being treated like a task instead of a person. And after a while, you stop asking for help, because asking starts to feel like begging. 4. Medical attention isn't always prompt. You think moving into a nursing home means you'll be watched closely, that if something feels wrong, help will come fast. But the truth? That help is often delayed, not because no one cares, but because the system is overloaded. A mild cough can turn into pneumonia before anyone notices. A sudden change in mood or memory might be brushed off as just aging instead of a red flag. And when you do speak up, sometimes you're not heard, or worse, you're told it's nothing. Nurses and aides are doing their best, but they're drowning in charts, rounds, and regulations. Important things slip through the cracks, not from cruelty, but from exhaustion. And that delay? It can cost more than time. It can cost quality of life, or life itself. 5. Clean doesn't always mean comfortable. You walk into the hallway and yes, the floors are mopped, the bins are empty, and the sheets are changed. Technically, everything is clean, but something's missing. It doesn't smell like home. It doesn't feel like home. That sterile scent, the buzzing fluorescent lights, the cold furniture, it's clean, but not cozy. Residents don't just want sanitized surfaces. They want warmth, softness, familiarity, a favorite blanket, a window that opens, a lamp with a yellow glow instead of white glare. But those things, they're often forgotten in the checklist of chores. Clean should be the starting point, not the goal, because comfort is what makes a place livable, not just safe. 6. You can lose touch with the outside world. It starts slowly, a phone call that doesn't come, a family visit that gets postponed. Then days start to blur together, one looking exactly like the last. Residents sit by the window, watching the world go on without them, wondering if anyone still remembers. It's not always intentional. Life outside moves fast. Loved ones get busy, but inside, time moves differently. A week without contact can feel like a year. And even when the staff is kind, it's not the same as hearing your daughter's voice or seeing your grandson run into the room. Over time, that silence can grow heavy until you're no longer sure if you're living or just existing. Staying connected isn't just a luxury, it's survival. 7. It's easy to become just another room number. At home, you were someone. You had a name, a favorite chair, a morning routine. But in a nursing home, things shift. You're room 214. The chart says diabetic, limited mobility, fall risk. But what about the fact that you love classical music, that you used to paint landscapes, that you can still tell stories that make your grandkids laugh until they cry? Those parts, the real you, don't always fit into checkboxes. As routines become rigid and the system becomes mechanical, it's easy to feel invisible, not out of cruelty, but out of efficiency. And slowly, day by day, your identity begins to fade into the beige walls, the scheduled meal times, and the noise of call buttons. You're safe, yes, but you're no longer seen. And that may be the hardest part of all. 8. Some residents regret not speaking up. Sooner. In nursing homes, silence can be loud. Many elders notice small things, a medication missed, a cold meal, or a staff member who always seems impatient. But they stay quiet. Why? Some fear being labeled as difficult. Others think, what's the point? Nothing will change. And some just don't want to be a burden. But over time, small issues grow. A skipped bath turns into a week of feeling unclean. A missed call to family becomes a sense of abandonment. A lack of choices starts to feel like a lack of respect. The truth is, silence doesn't protect peace. It often invites more pain. Many residents say, I wish I had spoken up sooner, because your comfort matters. Your dignity matters. And sometimes, the first step to being treated better is simply being heard. 9. The emotional toll on family is real too. It's not just the residents who struggle, families do too. Moving a parent or spouse into a nursing home is rarely a simple choice. It comes with sleepless nights, long conversations, and that heavy lingering question. Did we do the right thing? Even after the move, the guilt doesn't go away. Children wonder, could I have cared for them longer at home? Spouses feel the ache of separation. Some families visit less, not because they don't care, but because every visit reopens a wound. And when residents express frustration or sadness, the guilt deepens. Why didn't I see this coming? Are they suffering because of me? This emotional distance can fracture bonds, not out of neglect, but out of pain. The truth is, nursing homes affect everyone, and acknowledging that emotional toll is the first step toward healing it together. 10. You start questioning, is this how I spend my final years? At first, many seniors believe the nursing home is just a stop on the journey, a place to recover, to rest, to transition. But days turn into weeks, weeks into months. And then the moment comes, the one no one says out loud, but everyone feels, this might be it. This might be the rest of my life. That realization can be crushing. The room that once felt temporary now feels small. The routine that felt structured now feels suffocating. And the question starts to echo in the quiet. Is this how I'm meant to spend my final years? For many, it sparks reflection, regret, even grief, not just about the place, but about time, choices, and missed chances. This chapter of life deserves meaning, dignity, and peace, not just a bed and a meal schedule. And realizing that truth isn't weakness, it's the beginning of reclaiming whatever time remains. Because while the walls may feel fixed, the way we live within them doesn't have to be. You deserve dignity, always. If you're watching this, whether for yourself or someone you love, know this. It's not wrong to seek help. It's not wrong to choose a nursing home. But it is right to ask the hard questions, to look beyond polished brochures and friendly tours, to listen to the quiet moments, not just the scheduled activities, because every older adult deserves more than just a room and routine. They deserve dignity, they deserve choice, they deserve connection, a life that still feels like living. So whether you're making this decision now or reflecting on one already made, keep asking, keep noticing, keep caring, because the final chapters of life should be written with respect, not regret. Let's bring back respect to elder care. If this message resonated with you, don't let it stop here. Share this video with someone facing a tough decision right now, a son, a daughter, a caregiver, a friend, because conversations about aging shouldn't be swept under the rug. They should be loud, honest, and filled with compassion. Leave a comment below. Your experience could help someone else feel less alone. And if you believe every senior deserves more than just care, if you believe in respect, dignity, and real connection, then subscribe. Join us. Because aging isn't the end of the story. It's the part